How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and I want to give you guys a massive thank you. You guys, if you haven't seen it already, you guys have smashed the 1,000 subscriber mark for me and this channel, and I cannot thank you enough. This is just epic. And again, if you guys enjoy this sort of content, please let me know in the comment box below. Also give it a thumbs up. It just lets me know, like I said, you guys like this sort of content. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing and watching the journey and all the cool stuff we've got planned here on this channel. Your subscription, your support takes this to another level, and I want to keep growing the channel and growing everything that we do here at Project Car 22. So today's video, we're going to get the engine out the Golf, get it ready, and hopefully get it into the Scirocco. So without further ado, sit back, grab a drink, grab some popcorn, whatever you want to do. Let's get into today's video. Let's go. So I've just taken the plastic under tray off from the side because we need to change one of the brake pipes, which on the Scirocco goes under the subframe, where on the R32, as you can see, it goes above and over that way. So we're going to change that brake pipe. I think the other one's identical, so I don't think we need to worry about that. We can disconnect it from here. On the R32, it has connectors as well, so we can just straight up try and connect it. If not, we've got to flare some brake pipe, we'll flare some brake pipe. The other thing I want to do before we get the fuel tank in, I want to sort of address this area as well, give this a bit of a coating. Again, I want to try and keep this car on the fleet, you know, so I want it to last. We've obviously got to cut that out as well for the fuel tank, so we've got to make two holes basically for the fuel senders and the fuel pumps. So we've got a bit to do before we can just throw up the fuel tank, which is there, and we've also got to modify the fuel filler neck as well, which again I'll show you in a moment, because the Golf and the Scirocco are slightly different. Again, I'd love to just crack on, start fitting the exhaust and the prop shaft and get it all ready to get the engine out, so on and so forth. But like I said, we're going to try and do this as best as possible. I'm not... The rusty arms and the anti-roll bar link and stuff is really bothering me, but it's all about getting the car... I can do that afterwards, basically. We can do that afterwards. We've got the new shockers, which I don't think I showed you on the other video. We've got the new shockers and springs on. I have opted for coilovers. I haven't adjusted them, and it's sitting really nice as it is. So we are going for coilovers. Nothing too crazy. Maybe in the future we go air suspension. I don't know. But for now, for the price of two genuine rear shockers, I've got a set of coilovers. So yeah, we're just going to run with that for now. Battery boxes in, batteries in, sound deadening's done in the boot. I'll show you that later. But yeah, I'm going to crack on with this and get this on. So as you can see, the Golf is left in a very sorry state, but we're not here for that. We're here for the brake pipe, which we need to run from the back of the vehicle to the front of the Scirocco. So let's get it off and get it fitted. And as you can see, I've actually removed both brake pipes from the Golf and I've fitted them into the Scirocco. But you can also see we have cut the hole as well for the secondary fuel pump that goes into the tank. And you can see it has fitted along the top of the rear subframe. Lovely. So that's done. On to the next. The next job in question before we put the fuel tank in is the power lead that's got to go from the battery out of the boot floor and along the underneath of the vehicle. This is that wire there. The next job is to get the fuel tank ready to go in. As you can see, I've separated the filler neck from the old fuel tank because we're going to need that filler neck for the conversion. And as you can see, we're just test fitting the Golf fuel tank, but you can see we don't have the secondary strap for the saddle tank. So that means we're going to have to do our favourite thing, modifications. Straight into Nielsen Tools and grabbing up some rivets and the rivet machine. Absolute game changer. As you can see, we've drilled a hole and we've put our rivets in, ready to accept the fuel tank strap. Next job is to remove the prop shaft mounting points from the Golf. As you can see, I've already removed them. They just sit here. They are two different shapes, so we shouldn't have an issue with fitting them on the Scirocco. And just like that, the magic of video editing, it is done. And you can see we've managed to fit them. I have welded, I've gone a bit over the top with the welding on these, I'm not going to lie. And we've seamed it and painted it up. Okay guys, let me give you a breakdown of what we've done up to now. We have successfully fitted the prop. As you saw, we welded in the mounts, so that's all on. We have also run the main power lead from the battery going up to the main supply point. Like I said, we fitted the brake lines, as you know. Fuel tank's fully in. We've also changed the fuel filter as well, probably never been changed. We've also got the R32 exhaust on and in place. Again, just we want to see. I've also just gone ahead and just quickly just painted just matte black the arms. We will change them eventually for some better ones, or powder coat them, whatever. They were just doing my head in because they were quite rusty. And as you can see, we have the R32, just made a cutout in the bumper just for now, just to fit the exhaust, so we can just get it all mounted and on. So that's pretty much the back wrapped up. And what we're doing now, we are tackling the interior side of things, the wiring loom, should I say. I'm getting all the wiring loom. As you can see, it's absolute chaos and bedlam in here. Get the dash out, get all the wiring loom out, and then we can start fitting the interior loom into the Scirocco, fingers crossed. And then we will make a start getting this bad boy out. I cannot wait to get that in that Scirocco. After seeing how good the rear has come out, I cannot wait to get that engine up and running in the Scirocco. Anyway, enough talking, more working. So we have the engine and gearbox out of the R32, and I think I've said this before, but I'll say it again. While it's out, we will be doing some maintenance, spark plugs, rocker cover gasket, timing chain, clutch. The gearbox got a little bit of an oil leak, or it's possibly a breather leak. I don't know if you can see, but the breather here, he's breathing quite heavily, so we'll change the valve in there as well. Other than that, the block looks pretty solid. There's a bit of oil there, but that's just residue from the actual PVC valve. A little bit of a water leak there on that T-piece, which we'll rectify, because that's a bit of an awkward one to get to at the back. So yeah, the engine mounting was loose, or the gearbox mounting was loose. I mentioned that in one of the videos, but the engine mountings are kaput by the looks of it. I don't think that should be doing that. So we will replace the engine mountings, the gearbox mounting. We'll get all the subframe out, get it all cleaned up and get it all nice and clean. Obviously I can start stripping out the loom here, getting out all the fuse box, everything else out. And I think what we'll do, we'll just completely transfer everything over into the Scirocco. But other than that, it's not been too bad. Obviously there's no point cleaning up the chassis of this vehicle because it's just our donor car, but we will definitely clean up the engine bay in the Scirocco. Again, preparation for this engine to go in. We'll do an alternator belt on it as well. So yeah, so basically when it goes in, it should be pretty much all done. The engine bay will be nice and clean. So now the task comes. We'll put the drive shafts back in this. For now, we'll make it so we can push it around, and then as and when we're ready, we can start sort of swapping or getting the engine out of the Scirocco. As you saw, I was getting the electrical side and the wires and most of everything I need out of the R32. We still obviously need the fuse box, which we're going to get into, and we're still going to need wires and stuff out of the 94 pin. But anyway, we still need some wires and some bits off here, but I've got majority of the engine loom, the aircon loom with the charging loom and the power supply loom from back to front. That's out and in the back of the car. So we've had the R32 rear diffuser, Maxton diffuser, turn up with the brand new second-hand bumper. Needs a bit of work, but we can do that. And currently what I'm going to be doing now, we're waiting on some parts, and it's kind of, I need to do these things in stages, so we've got to get the engine out of that. But before we do that, I want to get this serviced and done. I've got the clutch kit, the timing chain kit, spark plugs, oil filter, alternator belt, the PVC valve coming, the cam gasket cover coming. So basically we're going to make a start on getting the gearbox off, so we can start replacing the clutch. So that's our job now. We will crack on with that. Let's go. So as you saw, we've got the gearbox off. That was pretty straightforward. It's so much easier when the engine's out the car, trust me. Anyway, the clutch is completely shot. Hopefully you can see that. It smells strong, it's been burning. I personally feel, I didn't notice it when I was driving it, it felt okay. The clutch pedal probably a little bit high, but nothing out of the ordinary. However, the flywheel, this is a dual mass flywheel, this has definitely seen better days. This is completely, I mean, that's way too much play. Normally as a rule there is some markers and stuff and you're allowed a little bit of movement, but that back and front, side to side, is way too much in my opinion. And also you can see there's a lot of hot spots where the clutch has been getting hot and slipping. We've got to take it off to do the timing chain anyway, so I'm going to change. I'm going to order a new flywheel and get that on while we're there. It's obviously going to cost a bit more money, but it's definitely worth doing. As you can see, we've got to get to the timing chain at the back here, so we've got to get it off anyway. So update, new flywheel needs to be ordered. Let's get ordering some new parts. So we've had the timing chain kit turn up, so we're going to do all the timing chain. We're this far into the build. I'd love to get the engine in the Scirocco, but we want to make it last, so all the little things like this, any gaskets that need replacing, any parts, whatever, do it while the engine's out. So we're going to do the timing chains. There is two, one from the crank going up there, and then you've got one from there going to the two cam. So this does have two variable valves, so we need to allow for that. We've got the tool locked in at the back, courtesy of Nielsen Tools. If you need any timing tools, and let's face it guys, you're probably going to use your timing tools once every now and again. You don't want to pay extortion amount. Nielsen Tools for your timing kits, trust me, won't be beaten on price. We've got the crank pulley lined up, so the crank is at TDC. We've got our locking plating, so we're going to make a start now on removing and fitting the new timing chain kit. So guys, we've got the engine built back up regarding the timing chain side of things. However, we do have a bit of a problem, and the problem is I wanted to get this all back together, ready to go into the Scirocco, cleaned, painted, whatever, and I can't finish this build because we are waiting on parts, and it's crazy. But it is what it is. This is the reality sometimes of making these videos and doing these swaps and engines and stuff like that, that we have to wait for parts. There's nothing we can do. But in the meantime, I can show you some stuff, what we have got for the Scirocco already. We've done, and as you can see, we've done wrinkle black cam cover because we're going to do a little bit of something special there. But let me show you the hoard of stuff I've acquired for the Scirocco. So I know we've been doing technically boring stuff, which is general maintenance and timing chain, clutch, spark plugs, that sort of thing. Vital. There's no point having a car look nice if it doesn't perform, so we need it to be right. But we all love those bolt-on goodies. And as you can see, I managed to pick up a Scirocco bumper because the original one had a crack in it, and we've managed to pick it up with a Maxton R32 diffuser. So that's a great little addition. I mean, for the price I paid for the bumper and the diffuser, it's basically, I've had one free of charge, if that makes sense. So the price of a Maxton diffuser second hand, roughly about 200 quid. Bumper, roughly about 200 quid. I think I paid 200 quid for the two. So absolutely awesome pickup, and again, that's going to suit the car. Got to get it off, got to get it painted, but I'm going to show you the horde of stuff what we've got for the Scirocco. And here we have a horde of stuff for the Scirocco. Some upgraded bits, which I think, obviously I know we're going ahead of ourselves, but I think this may suit the car, may not, we'll see. But I managed to pick up a white Scirocco off a great young lad called Zach. Great car, picked it up, and it came with quite a few goodies. So as you can see, we've got some LED and projector headlights. These all work, I've checked them. And we've picked up some rear LED lights. Again, work perfect, look absolutely amazing. And one of my favorites we've picked up in that car as well was a new steering wheel. This has got all the good stuff on it. It's got forged carbon, it's got all the buttons which will get programmed into the car and sorted. We've also got the rev meter and the little gauge on there. These all flash different colors when you rev it. Alcantara, but yeah, absolutely love that. Had a nice little haul. So as you can see, I took off the original stuff and I've put them on the white Scirocco. We're gonna do the white Scirocco up and just sell it as a standard car. That also has a Maxton diffuser on the back, but I'll show that in the next video. See if anyone wants a Scirocco. But it is a very tidy car, so we've kind of put it back to stock. But as you can see, we've got the Scirocco now on the ramp, ready to do the next stage, which is take this engine out and get the R32 lined up and ready to go in. But for now, guys, I'm going to leave you with that. Like I said, bit of a disappointing end to the video because we didn't have the maintenance parts that we needed, but we have got some goodies to look forward to bolting onto in the future. But for now, guys, I hope you're all well, take care, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Came through flexing cause they know I got the sauce. Got the presence on me, I can't ever take it off. That's why I came country boy stepping, yeah.